Welcome back. Road Accident Fund CEO Collins Letsoalo has been suspended with immediate effect. He was placed on special leave amid an ongoing SIU investigation into claims of financial mismanagement and corruption. Letsoalo is accused of being involved in a controversial 79 million rand lease deal for offices in Johannesburg. A preliminary report by the SIU found that he interfered with the procurement process by overturning a bid committee's recommendation to favour Moana Properties, a losing bidder linked to the Government Employees Pension Fund. Putatetso Lukwereni will serve as the acting CEO during this time. All right, let's bring in Wayne Duvenage. He's the CEO of the organisation Undoing Tax Abuse, or Outa. Wayne, good afternoon. Thanks for joining us. I'm just doing a quick search on Collins Letsoalo and his history insofar as corruption allegations is concerned. And it doesn't appear that this is the first time he's been tainted by these kinds of allegations.
Yeah, no, it goes back some time. I think if you go back to his days in PRASA, where he was the acting CEO, he gave himself, I think, a 350% salary increase. He was fired from PRASA in those days. That was back in 2017. Then became the acting CEO and eventually the CEO of the Road Accident Fund. And ever since then, you know, it's been steeped in a number of irregularities, which Collins Letsoalo, being the CEO, is implicated in. So a lot of smoke, and where there's smoke, there's fire. And we believe that this decision to suspend him or place him on special leave is long overdue. It should have been done a long time ago. The mismanagement, the financial mismanagement and the irregularities that he's been involved in for some time now are serious. And we wonder why government takes so long to take action against people like Collins Letsoalo.
Yeah, hiking his salary when he was at the Passenger Rail Agency of South Africa by 350%. He became known as the 350% boss at the time, wasn't he? And the issue around all of the smoke, you talk about there being smoke and there likely being fire. What became of all of the allegations at PRASA? And I think context is important here, Wayne, in terms of just the well-being of the rail agency itself and the impact that it's had on the country and our economy.
Yeah, look, the rail agency was in dire straits even prior to Collins Letsoalo going there. But Molefe, I think at the time, was the chairperson who eventually had to put his foot down and remove Collins Letsoalo. We saw Minister at the time, Dupuo Peters, trying to protect people like Collins Letsoalo and the organisation and others. And you know, the board was having a tough time. In fact, they were fired at one stage. So, yeah, PRASA has been steeped in so much controversy. It is a broken organisation. It has lost billions of rands of infrastructure. It's going to take a long time to get it back to what it used to be. And again, bad oversight, bad leadership, lack of action by ministers, taking too long to take action is part of the problem here.
Look, the fact of the matter is that the court ruled in Letsoalo's favour at the time, right? You talk about the minister at the time, Dupuo Peters, and Letsoalo being seconded from the transport department. So he's got a huge history in the industry, doesn't he? Yeah. So he took his salary from 1.3 million rand a year to 5.9 million rand a year. And 4 months after that, the PRASA board fired him. But what the court decided was that he was entitled to be paid the same rate as the former group CEO, Lucky Montana.
Yeah, but you've got to follow due process. And I think that's what the board was frustrated about. They have to approve these things. And I don't think that happened properly. So nonetheless, I think the issue now with him at the Road Accident Fund, the number of issues that have given rise to this situation. I mean, this whole lease deal where Moana Properties was not the preferred bidder. And he appears to have interfered. By the way, we've seen this happen in a couple of other areas, like Insita, where a lease deal with the previous tenant was just exited early on trumped-up excuses and entered into a whole new lease deal at above market-related prices with the Moana Properties as well. So we see this we see the same game playing out in various institutions within government. We see these purchasing of desks, of moving office equipment. Again, that's another one that Letsoalo has fingered in. We've seen that at some of the seaters as well. Lots of similarities in how irregular appointments, inflated purchase agreements, and so forth take place with connected cronies. So this is, to us, this is catered deployment agendas on steroids, and we think Collins Letsoalo is being implicated in this regard, and others, by the way, not just those few. There's quite a few issues. He's had high court orders to pay legal costs on cases that he's been involved in. I don't know if he's paid those, by the way. So yeah, lots of wrongdoing. And again, we're surprised it took so long to remove it.
Yeah, in fact, there are charges being pursued against the Hawks and the SIU, I believe, for just how long it's taken to get to the bottom of corruption at PRASA. Yeah. But also the road accident fund, where he's been. These are the allegations now that he's been suspended on. Yeah. Is it bittersweet? I mean, we know that, when we talk about due process, people, we're all innocent until proven guilty. But when we talk about the kinds of figures involved, the kind of state the road accident fund has been in for some time, is it bittersweet that he's being suspended with full pay?
Well, yeah, I mean, this whole full pay thing, when you've got so much evidence and for so long you've been doing these investigations, and by the way, we believe the board has been remiss in their oversight of his conduct, but nonetheless, yeah, full pay. I think just get him out of the organization is what we want now. His tenure ends officially in August this year, probably going to play that out until then. What is needed now is highly experienced, good management and leadership to go in and clean up. He has lost a lot of skills and capacity inside the road accident fund, suspended a lot of people, brought in connected people into the organization. We've seen so much wrongdoing, and that institution, which gets about 45 billion rand a year, has just lost its way. Even before he came on board, he was supposed to fix it, and it got worse. It really has got a backlog. The poor people who suffer the most are those involved in road accidents, whose lives and livelihoods are decimated because of the inactivity and the slow pace of administration and the irregularities that take place at the road accident fund. So there's a lot of work to do to fix the road accident fund. We hope now the minister and the authorities get the right people, get the insurance industry players involved to fix the systems, and let's go and take the road accident fund back to its former glory, where it provides the services required of the public in South Africa.